Hello friends, in this session we are going to learn how to use R for statistical tests, and we will learn Shapiro's test and t-test. I am Rajendra Chaure from the Department of Microbiology, the Institute of Science, Mumbai. And what we are going to learn in this session, we are going to learn normal distribution, Shapiro's test and t-test. And in t-test, we are going to learn variations of t-test, that is unpaired t-test, paired t-test, one-tailed t-test, and that's it. I had planned to compare it with Excel, but in this session we will not do that. Now we will move to RStudio. I have written a code file, script file, but when you start practicing this session, practicing for this lecture, go to RScript, go to File, go to New File, then click RScript. A script file will open and save that script file in your working directory. Now we'll start using our script, and here we are going to learn t-test to compare data, and t-test is performed to compare two groups and to find out whether there is difference in those groups or not. And those assumptions for t-test are that the data which we have, the data of those two groups which we want to perform, is normally distributed, and sample size in each group is greater than 5 and less than 30. And such data, if sample size is very large, is more than 30, then that data is normally distributed, perfectly normally distributed. But if sample size is greater than 5 and less than 30, then such data is said to be t-distributed, and t-distribution is a special case of normal distribution. Therefore, whenever we have data greater than 1000, we apply different statistical tests to compare those different groups. And if we have data greater than 5 and less than 30, if sample size is greater than 5 and less than 30, we use t-test for that. And here we will learn what normal distribution is, what normal distributed data is. For that, don't bother about this code. This code is just for visualization. We will learn this code later on. Here I have simulated a data that D is a vector in which 1000 normally distributed points are there. And here I haven't specified mean, or I haven't specified standard deviation for this R norm function. And therefore default values that for this distribution, mean will be 0 and standard deviation will be 0. Right? These are the default values. The tooltip text is there. When I took cursor on this function name, this tooltip help is there. There it says that R norm in bracket n is for the sample size. Here I have written 1000, and default value of mean is equal to 0 and standard deviation is equal to 0. Therefore, here we will get 1000 values normally distributed with mean 1, mean 0 and standard deviation 1. I will run it. Now these values are there in environment. In environment, you can see that these values are there. Now we'll move to plot these using the base plot function. This plot function, and here I am plotting the density. Plotting the density. Therefore, we will get a density plot of that, and these are the density of that, and we will plot the density. Okay, this is the density plot for these 1000 normal distributed points. We will plot mean also. Right? Mean is at perfect center. We'll plot standard deviation, standard deviation less than 0, one value, and we'll plot that standard deviation towards the right side also. These two green lines, the data within these two green lines is 95% of the total data, and 5% of the data is there at the two extremes, these two extremes. Therefore, whenever our data lie within this region, the data which we got experimentally lie within this region, the probability of that data being true is 95%. That 95% confidence, this range is called as 95% confidence interval. Okay. Now, we will simulate the t distribution also. Here, using R-norm function, I have got just 10 values. Therefore, sample size here is 10. Again, with mean 0 and standard deviation 1. We'll plot this. And we'll plot ablines also. Okay. T distribution is a special case of normal distribution. But due to less sample size, normal distribution tests like F-test and Z-test cannot be applied to T distribution. Therefore, we require to apply T-test for that. And here, we have two groups, data obtained from two groups, that is group A and group B. Suppose we can say that this is a experimental data in which group A received treatment A and group B received treatment B. And we want to see whether these two groups have any difference or not. For that, we will, if you visualize the data, we will not plot here. I had planned to plot this data, but we will not plot that. If you visualize the data, then we cannot see whether it is normally distributed or not. Therefore, we have to apply a statistical test for that. And that statistical test is Shapiro's test. And for Shapiro's test, null hypothesis is that the sample data is normally distributed. And null hypothesis, we want to reject that null hypothesis. And here, not normally we want to reject the null hypothesis. In Shapiro's case, we want to accept the null hypothesis, that we want to prove that our data is normally distributed. If our data is not normally distributed, then t-test cannot be applied, because it's a basic assumption of t-test that data should be normally distributed. And here our hypothesis is, null hypothesis is that the sample data is normally distributed. And here we have stated alpha also, that significance level, that is 0.05. If the p-value obtained is less than 0.05, then we will say that data is not normally distributed. We will reject the null hypothesis. And if p-value is greater than 0.05, then we will say that data is normally distributed. We will accept the null hypothesis. And if we get p-value greater than 0.05, then we will be able to apply t-test, because we have proven that experimental data is normally distributed. We will apply this Shapiro test for group A, and we'll run this. Okay, object group A not found. We haven't run this. We'll run this to store this value. Okay, here group A is there in the environment, and we'll run group B also. To run, we use this run button, or we may use the keyboard shortcut, that is Control Enter. And we have these two groups stored into memory. Now we will run Shapiro test, Control Enter. Here it tells the name of the Shapiro test. Data is group A and p-value is 0.7. And this p-value is quite greater than 0.05. Therefore, we are sure that our data is normally distributed. Group A data is normally distributed. Here for Shapiro test, we will provide the argument group B. Okay. In R functions, arguments are provided in the normal parenthesis. Shapiro.test is the name of the function, and in parenthesis our data is, we have provided the data. And I will Control Enter to run the data. Again, our p-value is 0.8. That is again greater than 0.05. There we have proved that our data is normally distributed. Now we will, I have written this code double. Now we will perform t-test, and for t-test we have our null hypothesis is true difference in mean of these two groups. If we compare mean of group A and group B, then true difference in means is not equal to 0. That is our null hypothesis. That mean of group A and mean of group B are different, is not equal to 0. We will say here that our null hypothesis, there is no difference is the null hypothesis. Sorry for that. Our null hypothesis is that true difference in means is equal to 0. There is no difference. Okay. Mean of group A is exactly equal to mean of group B. That is our null hypothesis. And we will run this t-test, and this is the code for t-test. T.test is the function name. T.test, and in parenthesis we have provided two groups, group 1 and group 2, to compare it. When we take our cursor on the function name, then we'll have this t.test, and in bracket arguments are there. And here we want to perform two groups. Therefore, these two groups we have provided. And default for t-test is paired is equal to false and alternative is equal to two-sided. We will learn this later on. I will run this t-test function. And its report is there now. Result is there. Well, two sample t-test it is. Data we provided is group A and group B. T statistics is 0.44. Degree of freedom is 9.9057. Degree of freedom, we have used 10 values in each group, and therefore the degree of freedom is approximately 10, near to 10, and p-value is 0.66. And this p-value is 0.66 is quite greater than 0.05, the alpha level which we have decided. And therefore, we have to accept the null hypothesis, and that null hypothesis is the true difference in means is equal to 0. We will reject the alternative hypothesis because of the available proof, with help of the available proof, and we will accept the null hypothesis that our there is no difference in means of group A and group B. We can say that group A and group B both are coming from the same distribution. Therefore, there is no real effect of treatment A or treatment B. Both treatment are resulting in the same effect. Therefore, our conclusion is there is no significant effect, no statistically significant effect of treatment A and treatment B on the sample. Okay. Now, sometimes our data may be paired one. Group A and group B data may be paired one. The value 1 of group A may be paired with value of group B. Suppose group A is the result before the treatment and group B is the result after the treatment. And in such scenario, the data becomes paired one. Therefore, we have to run the paired t-test in this case. This means that first value of A and first value of B are paired in some way, and that's the experimental design pairing. And for paired t-test, we have to provide this argument paired is equal to true. Right? Paired t-test, code is same, t.test. We will provide the two groups to compare, and here paired is equal to true is the argument to perform paired t-test. And we will run this. P-value is 0.39. Again, that p-value, it's a paired t-test name is there. P-value is 0.39 and it is again greater than 0.05. Therefore, we have to accept the null hypothesis that these two data of these two groups is coming from same population. That means of these two data set is not different. And we can find out which of these two groups have greater mean, larger mean. For that, we'll run the t-test again, t.test, group A, group B will provide as argument, paired is equal to true, we are providing here, and alternative, this alternative is to provide whether the value is greater or not. Right? Here we want to know whether group A is greater than group B, or mean of group A is greater than group B. We'll run the t-test. And here p-value again is 0.1969. And here alternative hypothesis says that true difference in means is greater than 0. And we have to reject this because our p-value is greater than 0.05. We have to accept the null hypothesis and we have to reject the alternative hypothesis. Therefore, our null hypothesis is true difference in means is not greater than 0. Therefore, group A is not greater than group B. Our conclusion or inference from this test, because our p-value is 0.1969 and we have used the alternative greater. Therefore, here we say that statistically group A is not greater than group B. Right? We'll do again other tests also to prove that group A is actually greater than group B or group A is not greater than group B. Okay? That another test we will use, and there we will change this alternative to less 1. All other code is same. T dot test group A, group B we have provided, paired is equal to true we have provided, and alternative here we change greater to less. And our null hypothesis is true difference in means is not less than 0. Is not less than 0. We will run it. And we have to accept our null hypothesis that true difference in means is not less than 0, is greater than 0. Therefore, group B is greater than, is not less than 0. Therefore, we have to accept here that group B is greater than group A. Okay? Now, I have shared this code in description. You can copy paste and learn the code. But my suggestion is type the code from scratch and run. For that, you can minimize this window and bring this window by dragging it towards the extreme left or right, and your video window put in this session, in this region, and copy the code from the video here, type the code as video goes on and learn the code. Try to change the options, and whenever you want it to see bigger version of this window, you can maximize the window. Again, if you want to see the video, you can minimize the window. Okay? And that's it. That's all for this session. I hope you have liked the video. If you have liked the video, click the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Share this video with your friends who are working on their research problems. And press bell icon if you want notifications of my next videos. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching this video.